Hello RVers, I'm Lisa McEwen. I hope all of your trips have been going well. Our family recently took a trip to Hanna Park, just outside of Jacksonville. It's a great little campground that we really enjoy. But while we were there, we decided to take a little daytime excursion. We decided to hop aboard a ferry, cross the St. Johns River, and visit Kingsley Plantation. It's a very big trip for us. Our girls were very excited. It was their first time on a ferry, and the idea of putting ourselves and a car on a boat was very cool. And of course, they were excited to explore the plantation as well. We'll take you along. Here's a little look at our trip. To get to Kingsley Plantation, we make a short drive from Hanna Park to Mayport and take a ferry ride. It's just a 5-minute ride across the St. Johns River to Fort George Island. What's it feel like to be on a ferry?
It feels kind of weird on your feet.
Does it?
It kind of feels like a little scary to me.
We pull into the dock, drive off the ferry, and head down a long, winding dirt road to get to Kingsley Plantation, a national park where you can take a self-guided tour. We grab a map and start our trek around the plantation. The plantation house dates back to 1798 and is the oldest plantation house still standing in the state of Florida. You can explore certain rooms in the plantation home, including this kitchen, where an open fire served as a stove. As you tour the outside of the home, you certainly can't beat the view. The backyard is dotted with palm trees, and the tidal waters provide the perfect backdrop. Back then, homes were strategically built on the water, which made it easier to sell crops and bring in supplies. Near the home is the barn, where the original walls, made of an oyster shell concrete, also known as tabby, still stand. Inside, you can learn about old farming tools and day-to-day life. A quarter-acre garden sits near the home, too, as a small representation of the crops grown. Back in the 1800s, Sea Island cotton was the biggest crop. Sugar cane and vegetables like corn, beans, and potatoes were grown here, too. When the Kingsleys lived here, crops were spread across the entire 1,000-acre island. Sitting at the plantation's borders is a semicircle of homes where 60 to 70 slaves stayed and worked the plantation. Each of these one-room buildings were made by hand from the same tabby, formed by cooking oyster shells, which were plentiful by the river, and mixing it with water and sand to form a type of concrete. If you're visiting northern Florida, consider visiting Kingsley Plantation. But while you're there, you should also know that there is a string of 7 state parks right around the plantation, known as the Talbot Island State Parks, all of which offer beautiful beaches and historic sites. So if you decide to take a trip, you'll have plenty to see. Until next time.